Hello, everyone. This is Ben, or Etanks, your GM slash Labyrinth Master, the guy who runs this show. Just a real quick content warning for this episode. Part of a story we're going to cover has, in flashback, a character dealing with illness in a pretty severe way. It doesn't get graphic, but I understand that these are times where health is of a top concern to people, and if you're dealing with that really shitty stuff on your own, I just would want to be upfront that there is going to be a small portion of the episode that covers that topic. And with that, I am extremely, probably the most I've been since session 1, happy to show you session 5, episode 5 of Labyrinthian Odyssey. Last time on Labyrinthian Odyssey, the prismatic pathfinders journeyed into the second floor of the Yggdrasil labyrinth after an encounter on the ferry. In the dungeon, the trio helped settle a dispute between members of Verdant Coin and Crimson Gate. After a thrilling hunt, the party returned to town, where they signed up to be part of a whale hunt the next day. Our heroes rested up and felt reinvigorated to face the next day's challenges. Okay, stop intro music. Go back over here. Go and unmute. Go back in full screen. Okay. So, just as given to you guys. Oh, are you guys all here?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, sorry. I just had you for a sec. As explained, you three did not go.
Benjamin, estoy aquí.
What? Oh, you're here. Great. The three of you did not go drinking last night.
All my homies hate liquor.
That's very untrue.
You +1 to drink.
I don't think you can say that either as you, Electra, or you as Roto. All my homies hate liquor. That is just like false narrative.
That'd be a lie.
False narrative on multiple fronts. But the three of you wake up bright and early because you were instructed when you signed up for the whale hunt that you would be taking a early start from the docks to start this whale hunt. I mean, three of you, it's about, let's say, 7 a.m. when you wake up. So how are the three of you feeling? You know, I guess before anything, let's stop and debrief about the three of you have had several days of adventuring at this point. What are your kind of thoughts, either collectively or individually?
I mean, I think I speak for all of us when I say that our progression through the labyrinth has shown that our first session where we took out the thieves was not a fluke, and we are indeed kind of a big deal.
Oh, you're speaking as Electra to your other players.
I'm speaking as Roto. Well, I mean, you know,
you said session.
I guess that's an aside.
Yeah.
But
well, I just meant in a more general sense. I don't want to like cut you off, but like, how are your characters feeling about their sort of journeys thus far and perils they've faced?
Hell stoked to like see a whale. She's been really into monsters probably. So seeing a large whale up close is going to be.
Likewise, I think Rhoda's pretty pumped. He's keen on whaling.
All right, how's Flynn feeling?
Flynn is happy. Flynn is happy that we've seen so many things in the labyrinth, but he really wants to go to the mire.
I mean, yeah, that was a big teaser.
Bros.
That was a big teaser I dropped.
Myron.
We'll get there eventually. So I mean, yeah, the three you have.
Is it gonna be the? I'm sorry to interrupt. Is it gonna be the Ganugaga?
No.
However you pronounce that of this.
Well, it won't be as annoyingly you go back to it. Well, it might be. I don't know yet. It's still in the very rough sort of idea patches, so we'll see. But the three of you have a nice hearty breakfast, some good egg protein or whatever, waffles with fruit. I don't know.
They
And
have waffles in this universe.
probably pancakes would be easier.
Dang.
Wow.
I'm
Peanuts.
sorry, I only
Waffle
give you
Bros.
guys
We got
like
two cocky waffle bros.
I only gave you guys like working plumbing. Just
Wait, we have pancakes and eggs, but we don't have French toast.
no, they said waffles. French toast is easier.
And we don't have waffles.
I'm just thinking the waffle press. All right, fuck.
What would French toast be called?
Can we
this
dig
is
a
a
bit
very
deeper
important.
into
Oh, that is a
world
good
building
point.
question.
Probably just powdered toast.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So the three of you finish up breakfast, and as instructed, you head on down over to the docks, unless you have any other pressing matters.
I'm guessing all the shops are closed. It's pretty early.
Yeah, and also your work orders from Tetsu have been pretty much today's the big day for him to get all those done while the whippersnappers are out on the whale hunt. Is a detail I don't think is too secretive to share. So expect lots of good stuff if you make it back. Ooh, spooky.
If
Yeah. So the three of you make your ways over to the docks where you've noticed a large crowd. Notice is a bit too subtle, but you see a lot of faces that you saw yesterday when Tucker was helping load up the whaling boats. You see, a lot of Stygian Tide members and also members from other guilds where you would assume they're not Stygian Tide. And there's a big general hubbub. People are kind of, they're up early, but they're psyching themselves up for this. It's a day-long excursion event. Anything you guys want to take notice of or play D&D? Sorry, that came off as mean. Anything your characters are drawn to. I should probably get dice out. There they are.
I got nothing. Y'all got anything?
Oh, when we signed up for which ship did we were gonna?
You
join?
signed up
Did we see
for
the ship's name?
Yeah, the ship's name. That's a good is the one that you're assigned to. Ship number 4 is the Skipping Stone, and it is a decently sized whaling vessel. I guess now is the time to show it to you guys. There it is. You're
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
aside. You're not all up on it yet. You're kind of waiting for the hubbub.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very obviously, people are kind of waiting around for something before they all head off. Wait, what the crap?
Is our boy around?
Make a
Yeah, where's
perception
Tucker at?
check.
Oof.
14.
6.
13.
Yeah, okay. Through the crowd, you notice your good pirate friend with his signature red bandana or scarf thing through his belt loop is Tucker. That's what he looks like. That's the red. Are the letters flipped around for you like they are for me? The letter's upside down.
Not on Discord, but on stream.
Okay,
they are.
sorry. Well, I've color coded all of them. So.
Well,
Oh shit.
Roto is upside down.
Yeah, Rhoda's upside down. Are they facing the right way? I know I told you guys to get off the stream.
No,
but,
they're flipped.
there we go.
For us, they're fine, but for the stream,
the stream, they're backwards.
yeah,
Okay,
as always.
Let me. Really? Always? I mean, I could fix that if I just flip.
In Discord, your cam is like one way, but on the stream, it's
Yeah.
flipped.
Shit.
It's like the weirdest thing.
Now they're the right way.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So yeah,
Yeah.
you see Tucker kind of waiting beside, and he spots you guys. Says, "Hey, you guys, good morning."
Morning.
Morning.
Tucker, how's it going?
Morning, Tucker.
You excited?
Oh well, nerves as always, but it's good. I mean, I don't have to show you guys. I can show you guys my face. Nervous, but good nerves. It's like I always say. If you're not nervous, you don't care.
Wow, where have I heard that one before?
Yeah, I wonder.
Have you done this before, Tucker?
Oh yeah, I've been on whaling 2 years now, so this is my 3rd time.
Oh, all right, sick. You're gonna have to show us the ropes, but we're in your hands.
Oh well,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking for ropes to be shown, the captain's gonna probably come out any second and give you the lowdown. It's the same kind of setup every year, but she likes to be thorough and explain everything, just for newbies, And he laughs and elbows one of you. And then he looks around. He's like, yeah, but aside from you three, we've got the other members of the whaling boats. Those are the small dinghies, not this big guy. But we're still waiting on 2 other members from other guilds who are supposed to come and help out. I'm sure they'll come any second. And
who are those members? Just out of curiosity.
oh, let me look at the roster. And he looks down. One Sasha Orion and one Alice Bernstall. He's not the most literate, like me. Alice Bernstall. Those are the 2 left who will be on deck with you guys and me. I've got the important job of keeping this baby on course.
I mean, that is a very important job.
I mean,
I think you're gonna do a great job.
he's been good at that so far. I believe in Tucker.
Well, with a much smaller
You haven't
boat.
let us down once.
Well, I'll see what I can do out there. That's the captain. And before you, she steps up on a kind of like a barrel to overlook the crowd, and it's Titania, who you last met when she pulled a prank on you, just Roto and Flynn, in a bar once, and it was very funny. But
I laughed.
it was good. I got you guys good. She kind of motions for the crowd to die down so she could talk, and she says, all right. Oh, maybe I should put up an image of Titania. Do you all remember what she looks like? She looks like Ruby Hart from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is P-based. I have her in Saint. I should have just put her in the Etrian folder. I'm like, no, she's not an Etrian character. She's Titania. Where is it? Oh, no. There she is. There she is. Oh, there's Titania.
No.
I got it. Shut your knowing. That's it. She looks like very imposing pirate lady. Anyway, she calms down the crowd and she says, all right. I don't need to give any kind of big speech about this being the 5th time. We've all done this. Yada, yada, yada. We're all so proud of you. Etc., etc. But, just to kind of clear the air, let's go over the strategy one more time. and she clears her throat like this. That was good Foley work, me. And she, well, no, she doesn't unfurl a map because she's kind of speaking over a crowd, and it really doesn't warrant a map. But she does start going over the plan. So this is important stuff for you guys to listen to, and I will be playing a backing track very quietly.
You have my undivided attention.
The whaling ships will leave from town and intercept the pod of whales being chased by the St. Catherine. Oh, by the way, retconned Ivan Eltia to St. Catherine, because that's just the ship from Tales. The whales being chased by the St. Catherine. A series of depth charges have been placed in the predicted path of the pod, which will cause the whales to surface and split up. Each whaling ship is to pursue a single whale. If two whales double team a single ship, then things can get messy. The cannons from the St. Catherine will help further isolate the pod. At this point, the goal is to take down the whales before they can clear the stretch of sea littered with depth charges, giving them room to submerge. Crews on the whalers, throw everything you've got at them to slow them down. Your whaleboat teams will move in for the kill, so keep a steady course. The decks of the whaling ships are armed with 6 harpoon cannons, 3 on either side. The harpoons can be bare or armed with explosives to stun the whale, but the heavier payload makes for a tougher shot. There's also a catapult on the bow to launch depth charges ahead, but remember to steer clear of them yourselves. All of you, keep your wits about you, and remember, your life's more valuable than any stinking whale oil that you'll get from this. Do I hear you? And there's a resounding aye from the Stygian Tide members, and just a alright from the non-pirates. Okay, did you guys get the game mechanic stuff? Because
Oh, where's the catapult again?
catapult's up
On the
here
front, right?
at the bow. This is the steering wheel where Tucker will be most of the time, and these are the 6 harpoon guns. The harpoons themselves are +2 to hit on your own, and they take agility because they're ranged. That's just like nitty-gritty game stuff. But so Titania finishes this rousing speech, and the 5 whaling boats start to get loaded up. And after this, oh, Tucker's still with you guys. After this, walking towards you is a figure dressed in very much a outdoorsman's type garb. And Tucker, seeing this person walking towards the skipping stone, checks his dossier and says, "Oh, you must be Sasha?" And the person responds and they say, "Yep, I'm here. Are we going now? Or is there another speech we gotta wait around for? Or what?" Let me throw up Sasha on the stream, and for you guys who are being good, oh right, I already did. For all of you who are being good and not looking at chat, I'll post them in the Discord. Sasha, Orion. They are a survivalist, as you can see, and well, I mean, you're standing in front of them. So, why isn't this? There we go.
Hi, Sasha. I'm Hel. We're the prismatic pathfinders. We're gonna be on the ship to
It's a whale.
You ready to whale?
Yeah,
We're
nod.
whaling bros.
They nod towards you, Hel, and they say, "Well, let's make it a good hunt." And they get up on the ship. By the way, I didn't mention that there's about 6 other guys who referred to as, not referred to by anything, but they are the members of the whale boats. So I don't know how much you know about actual historical whaling, but the general gist of it is
Nothing.
okay. Not like the big ship would really just be used to like house the whales after they're like cut up and store all the oil. But all the whaling was actually done on these little like dinghy ships that like three or four guys would get on with harpoons and get real up and close and personal with the whales. So there's about 6 of these guys who are chilling on the ship, checking their equipment. When Sasha gets up on the ship, it seems like almost every other whaling ship is like ready to depart, but yours. And Tucker is very looking around, nervous, like, if she doesn't show up, we should probably just leave. But then, amidst this angst, I could take Sasha off. You'll be seeing much more of them. Sauntering on over to the pier that the skipping stone is docked at is a woman in a red dress with blonde hair, and she does not look at all like rushed or embarrassed about very clearly being late. She is just like sauntering over, and this is who you can only assume to be Alice Bernstall, who comes over and let me throw her up in Discord.
She's an alchemist.
That's a bold assumption, Electra. But yes.
I'm gonna go with yes on that one. Yeah.
Well, especially since I talked with you, Marco, about how there would be an alchemist.
Yeah, wild that you brought that up.
Wild how I brought that up. I had to design alchemist, and there's an alchemist, and she approaches up to the stairs, like the stairway going up to the skipping stone, without even like addressing you guys. And Tucker kind of stops her, and he's like, you cut it pretty close, didn't you, Alice? And she says, I don't arrive too early or too late. You would do well to learn that. And just continues up to the ship.
What does that even mean?
I'm thinking, bros.
So Tucker looks at you three with an exasperated look. He's like, all right, well, that's everybody. Let's get a move on. It's quite a while till we hit open waters. So all 6 of you and the 6 whaleboat guys make your way onto the ship. And my leg is starting to fall asleep, so that's not good timing. The 6 whaleboaters help with the sails, and the opposite of weigh anchor. I can take Alice off. What's the opposite of weigh anchor? Raise anchor. Thank you, me. No problem, me. You guys raise anchor, and you follow in pretty much like a squad formation with the other 5 whaling ships for a bit, traveling in kind of a mini armada. But yeah, I mean, Titania kind of instructed that it's a ways off from the coastline, the coastline of the Cape, before you get to the path that the St. Catherine is kind of chasing these whales down. So you have a bit of time before it's go time. The sort of layout of the ship right now is Sasha is inspecting the harpoon cannons. Alice is seems to be scrawling notes of some kind just in a corner, and I don't know what the 3 of you are doing because I don't control your characters. Well, I do, but not in this sense. So what do you want to check out about this ship? It's got 3 masts. 1, 2, 3.
I guess I'm currently drawn to the harpoons.
Well, you don't have to be anywhere. I just kind of threw you guys down, so don't feel obligated to do or don't.
Well, I'm giving like I'm saying my characters.
Okay, right, yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah.
do you want to look at them like normally, or D&D look at them?
Should I roll an inspection check?
Uh,
Or
yeah, roll investigation because it's something in front of you.
all right. 1 second. Investigation is intelligence.
I
or
believe
wisdom?
so. I believe intelligence, because perception is wisdom.
15 plus 1. So 16.
Yeah, good math. With a 16, you inspect the harpoon guns pretty thoroughly, and you notice just they're very well built. They are bolted securely to the deck with these four. I mean, you can see a small little X shape off of the squares, but they are very firmly secured. The harpoons themselves are very sharp and well maintained. And next to the harpoon guns is the barrel of munitions. It's kind of little packages of explosives to fasten to the end of the harpoons to give them an extra kick. And Sasha looks over to you, Roto, admiring / examining the harpoon guns, and they say, "You think you're gonna be manning one of these during the hunt?"
I guess so.
I don't think your sword's gonna be doing much.
Yeah, I can't imagine either that my sword would be doing much to the whale, which is kind of not in range of my sword,
Hope you're a good shot then, they say very bluntly.
I'm kind of a big deal.
They're kind of taken aback by this, and say, "Yeah, well, that's what I heard from Eagle too."
Oh shit.
Oh, Eagle Bros.
After you kind of recoil from this, they're like, "Listen, I'm not gonna let it get in the way of this, so don't worry."
I will be fine.
All right, so Flynn and Hell, what do you? What you
So
got? You got
Alice is just
a
like
while.
scribbling
Alice
in like
seems
a
to
book.
be writing notes and preparing something on her own, separate from the munitions and arms of the ship.
I just want to like go up and watch and not say anything, just kind of like observe.
Okay,
Awkwardly.
roll a stealth check.
Okay. Which modifier is
That's
that?
agility.
8.
You step on a creaky plank, and she hears the noise and looks behind to see you, and she says, "Oh, were you admiring my brilliance? I know it's too much to bear."
Yeah, I'm just a little, I'm just very curious as a person, so I was just
Oh, you're
wondering
interested in my
what you're
formulas.
doing.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but they are my own special creation. So
Oh, please do brag.
I can definitely vouch for their efficacy.
Have you been on one of these hunts before?
No, but I felt that this was a good chance to get some practical data out of my formulas. There's only so much that you
your
can
research.
really observe in theory, and while the labs of Azure Tome are quite generous in the resources they provide, sometimes you need to observe the real thing.
Awesome. I'm sorry. What are you exactly doing? I am.
Oh, well, I'm preparing my formulas for this great encounter we're sure to have.
Right. Okay. Cool.
You see, the way that formulas are function in such a practical setting as we are sure to come across is that what you may refer to as spells are comprised of base elements and modifiers to the formula. Though I think you'll get the gist of it once we get underway.
Sounds great.
Can I walk over and ask and inquire about said formulas?
Sure. I mean, it's not too far away. You definitely hear her boasting.
So yeah,
Before that, though, I don't want to, Flynn, do you have any sort of predisposition for what you're doing on this ship?
Is there a crow's nest?
Yeah, sure, on the top of this main mast. It's gonna take some climbing, but I'm not gonna, make you roll
Yep.
athletics, so you make your way up
we're
there.
climbing.
Oh, yeah? Okay, definitely climb your way up. What are you doing up there? Just waving down?
Looking.
Okay. You see behind you the town of Providence slowly shrink behind the horizon. The last thing to vanish would be the monument of the town, the large tower. Before that was the guild hall, but after that you're making your way east out off the shore. So the coastline of the cape is slowly disappearing. Other than that, it's freaking blue, baby. It's a nice morning. I guess, yeah, in the crow's nest you notice some clouds are rolling in, but they don't look like serious storm clouds.
Oh no no.
I just said they're not it's partially cloudy. If you want to take that as an ominous omen, I can't stop you, but
It's gonna be full on storming.
we got
Can't
way too
read
cocky, whale
too
bros.
far. Yeah, if only you took druid so you could change the weather. Isn't that a spell in 5e?
Damn.
Well, regardless,
Yeah,
this isn't
that would be a
5e.
very druid spell.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, anything else you're looking for? Fun?
No, I just wanted a good view.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no. Good view acquired. That is an immaterial thing you now possess in your inventory. This is non-encumbering good view. So anyway, down below on the deck, which you're able to wave down to. Yeah, Roto, you want to ask about what
So
Alice is doing?
yeah, I wanted to inquire about said formula since I was overhearing the conversation. What?
I
Yeah.
guess she's just like, oh, I've attracted a crowd.
Oh my god.
This character is based.
You haven't heard Joe Sama laugh yet.
Oh.
Oh
no,
no.
no.
I just want to point out that in my description of Alice, I wrote most likely another Ojo-sama.
Another? Compared to who? Natalia?
No.
Natalia.
Natalia's delinquent. She's like light Joe Sama. Anyway, what do you want to ask about these formulas to Alice?
What kind of formulas are we packing?
Well, I hardly think I would bring the formulas I'd use in a lab to such a dangerous. Oh, I gotta turn on Do Not Disturb. Thank you, whoever just messaged me. That was probably Flynn. That was probably my boy, Miri. Do Not Disturb. I am not disturbed. I'm not owned. I'm not owned. He says, well, some of the components that I've brought that, actually, let me bring out a character sheet so I can, not lie. Let's install character sheet. The components I've brought are flame, volt, and light. The
No
modifier.
Maggie Doe?
No Megiddo. That's like
Aw.
a master formula. You get it rank 7. The modifiers I have are field, arrow, shield, and sphere. So use your imagination for what wonderful effects I'll be able to cook up.
Sounds kino.
Quite.
Okay. Based.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I'm second and phased.
You guys have been very off character, ignoring Tucker, who's chugging away at the captain's wheel.
He's busy. He's working.
Yeah, he's doing a little like Steamboat
He's
Willie.
making sure we don't die.
He's doing a little Steamboat Willie shuffle as he like spins the wheel.
Based.
uh,
Our guy, by the way.
so yeah, I mean, the 12 of you, 6 named characters, are talking, enjoying the morning weather, checking out the ship, and then a off. Actually, Flynn, you still up there, or have you come down to join in conversations and such?
I'm still up here.
Okay. You see from, well, you don't have a compass, but it doesn't matter. From the north, you spy a bird flying over, and it is coming for your ship. As it comes closer, it's not a big bird. It's normal sized bird with pretty exotic colors, actually. So, it comes and it flies over to Tucker, and it has a little message on its leg. Tucker takes it off. He pets the bird, and he reads it. He says, "All right, guys. This is from the St. Catherine. It's coming up soon with the pod. So get ready. We're about to be entering the field of depth charges. So I'm gonna be busy. Though they're pretty deep, so don't go diving," is the advice he shares.
Wasn't planning on it, bud, but thanks for the advice.
You got
I
it.
appreciate it.
Alright. Whale boaters. You guys ready? And the
No.
6. No, yeah. Oh shit, you're playing an NPC this session, Electra? Really helps me out.
Also negatory.
Really helps me out to take the stress off. If you guys want to play the roll a perception on these 2 squads of 3.
17.
Okay.
11. I'm very far away.
Yeah, no.
Oof. 4 minus 1. 3.
Okay. Hell, you give a good look over these guys, and they are dressed in, I don't have a good fantasy analogy, but they look like wetsuits. I mean, it's still like late March in Cape Cod, so the water's cold. But you notice that over their head is a diving mask with a very particular kind of design, and you can't, it's not attached to any sort of like air tank, so you're pretty sure it's not for diving, but this is more than just like a hood to keep them warm.
Can I roll Arcana to see if it's magical?
Sure, you
I'm
can
just
roll Arcana.
Curious. Uh, 17 plus 9.
Wow. Wait, you have a
26.
+9 to Arcana?
I have a +7 to Arcana and then the +2 int mod. Right?
Holy shit. With a what,
That's
26?
Yeah.
With a 26, you notice that the design on these whale boaters' helmets is a glyph, and it is a ward specifically. Let's say to whatever the equivalent of enchantment magic is. These helmets
Mhm.
are like laced with it, like pretty
Kind of like
well.
what what's his name did to my bell, or it's just like a rune.
Yes, but you know that the school of magic is like entirely not in terms of shooting fireballs. You know that
I
it's
mean,
about
yeah.
you know that enchantment magic is, transmutative in nature or you know, the other things that I
Alright,
could
cool.
tell you. Right, but you're able to spy this, and these guys are looking. They also got harpoons, that are just pretty much the standard harpoons that are on the harpoon cannons, but not mounted. But they've got like cord to pull back.
These are just the 6 unnamed NPCs.
Yeah, the 6 masked
Okay.
diver guys.
Cool.
So
Fucking sick.
yeah, it's cool that you think it's sick. Haha. The 6 of you on the deck are kind of left there. I mean, the whaleboat squads have kind of launched in their dinghies with like really like powerful sails and some like oars on them, but they are keeping pace with you guys as a stronger wind is picking up. And
Wait, how? One second. How could a tech dinghy possibly keep up with the side of the ship we're using?
they are attached
Ah,
with like a lead,
I see.
like a jet ski on like a fast boat.
Post-apocalyptic jet ski
No,
bros.
they're just boats. Have you ever seen a sad person on a jet ski? But anyway, Flynn, when Tucker gives the call that like, hey guys, it's shit's gonna be going down soon. Do you get down from the crow's nest?
I do.
Okay.
Where's
Where
Alice setting up?
Alice? So let's see. Sasha's there. Alice is kind of between the stairs to the upper deck where Tucker is. I could show you. Between the stairs to the upper deck where Tucker is and where Sasha is on the harpoon gun on the left side of the ship.
Okay.
Where do you 3 want to kind of station yourselves?
On
Is
the
that-
port side.
Okay. Like, do you want to be next to a harpoon gun, Flynn, or?
I want to be close-ish to a harpoon gun.
Okay. On like here-ish.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh man, a harpoon gun.
On which side?
Wherever.
Well, no.
Um,
There's 2 sides.
I guess if Flynn's taking port side, I'll go starboard.
All right. You're gonna be right here next to Sasha,
Yeah.
and they nod your direction as a sort of good luck and all that. Hell, where you wanna go?
It's like the back area of the boat, like elevated slightly,
It
or like
is
more so than the middle.
Yeah. This is the lowest, and then this is higher, and then this is higher. So it like curves down. Sorry, I can't express that well enough with my shitty graph paper drawing.
I mean, yeah, that's quite fair. I just want to make sure.
So which one, like up here? Oh no, this is the mast.
Yeah.
So this is the same deck. Shit. This is
Oh,
all.
okay.
This is
I
all
guess-
the same deck. This is a slightly higher, and then this is higher.
Mhm.
Oh wait, no, this is lower.
I guess I'll kind of mirror Alice's position.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. With this, you've kind of gone to your station, and you are prepped. You can feel the tension in the air as the crashing waves, ambience, which I should have had going, but I didn't plan. And honestly, would have been distracting. So never mind. I'm in the clear. You hear from behind you a gigantic boom. And from before, as like Flynn, before you came down from the crow's nest, after you saw the bird come by, you saw the tip of a mast coming over, and all six of you look in the direction of the boom, which would be like that away. And you see for the first time the flagship of the Stygian Tide, the Saint Christian. Wait, no, Saint Catherine. Shut up. The Saint Catherine, which is just like, picture a huge, like a comically huge pirate ship, almost like One Piece like that, but without like the comical additions. But it is huge. It's a big ass fucking ship. And from this boom, you hear a sound that's like crying from the water, and it's really loud. And then Tucker shouts to you guys. Tucker, whose letter was upside down, which was bothering me, he says, "All right, this is it. Get ready. Here they come." And from the direction of the boom, you see a pod of whales surface, and they're big whales. They're not as big as your whaling ship, the Skipping Stone, but as a salvo of cannons and a boom and the crashes of death charges sound off, the shape of a large shadow surfaces from out of the water on the left side of the ship, and it's a whale. And
I never would have guessed.
Yeah, no, spoilers, there's whales in this session, and it is crying like whale song. I'm not going to do a whale impression, but it is not happy. So let's roll initiative. I am rolling for 6 characters. And... But no. Yes. Wait. 4 characters. 4 characters. For a total of 7. I don't know how long I want to keep enemy attack from Final Fantasy X going. But that's... If you could just use that as a backing track in your mind for this encounter, I would appreciate it. Because that is 100% the vibe of fighting this whale. Is like... But obviously, like, not as big as Sin, but like the same sort of like, oh shit. Alright, let's start rolling. Oh, shit. Okay, that's 10. Hell yeah. Sorry. Do they have a +2 or +3? This is where I have to look at. That's gonna be. What do you guys roll?
17.
Whew, okay. Let me just real quick. I'm gonna be flipping through character sheets, so that's a +3. Okay, that's +2. And Tucker is also +2. 17, you said?
Yep.
I got a 16.
Okay. Please don't. Did you guys all
I got
roll?
a 19.
Wow! Again, you guys are all rolling next to each other. It's like the third time this has happened. Okay.
It's the team
Yeah.
synergy.
So,
Synergistic dice rolling.
man, I really want to just like hear more of enemy attack, but that would get annoying. I mean, you guys know the song for Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Which boss theme is that?
That's just the standard boss theme
Oh, that one's okay.
that plays for like monsters. Well, it fits the theming a lot. I mean, come on. Anyway, so first
This track.
first in the order is Alice. And so she has readied her formula gun on her hand and is
Oh, hold up. Whoa. Formula gun.
Well, I guess.
whatever the gauntlet thing is. I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that the gauntlet?
Yeah. I don't know what else to
Oh,
call
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Formula launcher. Whatever. I can never appease you guys. So the whale right now
Thing on hand,
is
go pew pew.
about, let's call it 35 feet, 10 meters, 12 meters away from the ship. Alice is going to focus and like cram those formulas in there. You guys know in Xenogears when Shion uses Spell Ray? It's essentially that. But she has a cool
Gears,
just episode 1. She has a cool chant, which is Cage of Currents, ensnare my foe, spark wave, and she shoots it off. And so let me roll. I will say.
Wait, do you mean Xenosaga?
No, I meant Xeno. Yeah, I didn't mean Xenosaga. Did I say Xenogears? Shion's
You
not
said
in it.
Xenogears.
Sorry, Shion's not
I
in
was
it.
like, that is not from Xeno.
Thanks for interrupting my cool Tales of spell chant. Okay, so she is going to invest 1 die in base component spark, 1 die in modifier field, and actually 2 in spark, 1 in field, 1 in sphere to make the spell Spark Wave. That is 4 alchemy dies. Let's see what she rolls. Whew! Okay, that is 13 plus her intelligence modifier 3, so 16, and the whale makes an agility save. That's a fail. Okay, so from Alice's alchemy formula gun, shoots like a singular bolt of lightning that rapidly expands and becomes like a web. Let me just search Tales of Spark Wave. Spark Wave. That's not a good image. Anyway, it like racks this thing with electricity for 16 points of damage that you can see, and it is very clearly not happy with that. It kind of cries out again, but Alice is looking very smug and happy with herself, and she says, "Such is the fruit of my research." Oh. So next up is Flynn.
Yeah, Alice,
Did the lightning seem effective?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna play Elemental Prelude in the second movement in the Lightning Octave on Roto.
On Roto's sword, or so?
It just says on
on my
an
harpoon,
ally, so-
or
Oh, well, that should
well,
read a
whenever
weapon.
it says on an ally.
Okay.
Well, it just says whenever they make an attack with their weapon.
Well,
So I can use it on the harpoon.
Yeah, I
Can
mean
we
that's kind
not
of that's what I'm
use it
going
on the
for.
harpoon?
No, I'm going for use it on the harpoon gun because that's cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry for
Because
the confusion.
I was gonna, because I probably can't do anything with my
Right.
whatever it's called, the bolt
Yeah.
attack
Throw your cringe axe.
that
Okay, I rolled a 4, a 3, and a 1, so I don't lose any dice. And Roto's harpoon will deal 8 additional volt damage, but because it was second movement, it'll also deal all
odd.
volt damage.
Okay, so you play the song, and the harpoon at the end of this harpoon cannon just starts like crackling and with electricity, and you have the feeling like if you were to touch this thing, it would shock you really bad. How much damage did you say? 8?
8 bonus.
8. Lightning.
But all its regular damage is converted to volt too.
Okay. Cool. Roto,
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, this is gonna be based.
you are staring down this whale, and it and you've got a harpoon gun that is crackling with electricity. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna fire said harpoon gun.
Okay. Um, make a ranged attack roll and add agility and then 2 because this is a good ass harpoon gun. Well, yeah.
All right. What is ranged attack roll again? How
That
does
would just be plus
work?
D20 plus agility mod.
Okay. 16.
Oh yeah, that hits. So the harpoon on itself, in itself does 1d8 plus 2 damage. So roll that for me.
7 plus 2.
All right.
9.
So that's 9 plus 8. This does 17 lightning damage to this whale, and it does not like
Lord.
that. And so you have successfully stuck one harpoon into this whale. With this, seeing this, Tucker looks over at this great shot. He says, "Nice going, Roto. 2 more of those, and it'll give the whaler boats a good chance to go in and finish it off."
I couldn't have done it without
Ah.
my boy Flynn, who really gave me the jump on the damage there.
Yeah, and I will say that
I
this
was
is,
inspired by the scene from The Crow's Nest.
and this isn't just like a like the damage you're doing also is important. So I'm not just gonna say only go for the harpoons. Just as a gameplay note, like as a gameplay tooltip. But yeah, good turn. And next is Hell.
How far away is it?
The whale or the harpoon gun?
The whale, yeah.
The whale, I'm gonna say, is like
So
hello.
I'm chained up, so can I even use a harpoon gun?
No.
Okay. Well then yeah, the whale.
Okay, and it's just teetering out of the edge. The range of your bell is 30. It's like just teetering out of that. Also, just as a full disclaimer, I don't think you're gonna be able to bind this whale. I don't think your chains are big enough. Unless you
how
get
strong in its vitality stat should I be worried about?
I can't tell you that. I mean, think of a whale.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna use Venom Ward on it.
Venom word. Okay. Yeah, I mean you're gonna get a bit closer, like beside Alice. Cool. Roll me. Wait, no, I roll. How many dice are you rolling? Sorry.
I'm gonna invest 3 dice in it.
Whew, okay.
So 8 plus 3 plus 2.
Wait.
8 dice.
No. We'll roll them to see how many you lose.
Three, 2, and 4.
All right, you keep all of those. So I am trying to beat what with this roll?
So it's the spell says vitality save versus 8 plus dice plus int mod. So
8 plus.
And I use 3 dice.
3 plus 2.
So 8
So
plus
I'm trying to
5.
beat a 13. Okay. Nope, that saves. So what happens on a...
Who could have seen this coming?
Yeah, who could have seen this whale being particularly hardy? What is what happens on a failed or on a successful save, rather?
Does it so on a failed save it doesn't get, or it gets poisoned.
Yeah.
It doesn't say if it deals damage.
Wait, isn't there a part that says it has?
Oh, Venom Ward just doesn't deal damage.
No, because you're trying to poison.
If
Doesn't
it saves,
it have?
it just does nothing.
Wait, are you sure? Did I? Oh, maybe I changed that after. Yeah, no. Shit, there should have been an after that where its next vitality save it has disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Easy.
Sorry for not including that. It's a rough draft, people. It's a work in progress. So anyway, it is the whale's turn. So what the whale is going to do, I have this. It is going to spout out of its blowhole. It is going to send up a mist to cover it that will make all attacks, ranged attacks on it, have disadvantage. So that's cool. Remind you of another whale boss. Electra? It's the whale boss in 3 in the second stratum.
Oh
does
yeah,
this
I was assuming you were probably talking about
yeah.
that.
Well, anyway, so and then for its that's for its second action, it is going to instead of telling you what it'll do, everybody make a wisdom saving throw.
21.
Okay.
Oh!
Ooh, a 4.
Okay. No, what? You have -1 wisdom?
Yes.
Okay, this is good. So after, sticking this whale and it being attacked by lightning, it cries out. And I'm going to say, Hell, since you did so well on the wisdom throw, you notice that towards the front of its head, like the top of it, seems to glow for just a moment. And I have to save for the other characters. Yeah, that saves. That doesn't save. And that saves. Roto and Flynn, you suddenly feel an immense emotion of just sadness and grief, and you don't know where it came from, but it just makes you feel like so depressed and broken that you just want to just lie down and do nothing and just contemplate your sadness. So the two of you are stunned, and Roto, because you got a 1, I'm going to say this sadness is so profound, and it comes not just from like an indescribable, you can pinpoint this sadness to your own past and a time where you just felt worthless. And this feeling,
the cringe accents are coming back, bro.
The feeling of worthlessness is so overwhelming that you just break down crying. Yeah, so Flynn, and so both of you are stunned for your next turn unless you receive help from an ally.
E-Tanks want to become famous?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. I'll leave them in just as another viewer. I'm glad. So yeah, Roto and Flynn, the two of you are stunned unless you receive a smack out of it for your next turn. Okay. Sasha is up next, and what they are going to do is not fire the harpoon gun. This whale is coated in a mist, so they are going to use their archer trick, marked shot. And they are going to roll it with 3 dice. Okay, that is good. That is 10 and 1 expended. And now I roll a d20 plus 5. Now I roll it with disadvantage. Oh yeah, that's a nat. Well, that 20 doesn't go because it's advantage, but it's a 16 plus 5, 21. That hits. So Sasha affixes a flare to an arrow and then fires it off at this whale, and it starts sparking and emitting light like a flare would, and you can now see a lot more clearly on the at the whale. And this marked shot that signals attack gives you a bonus 3 to hit for 3 rounds, or until the flare is doused in water. Oops. Well, for the time being, that flare is still going, so even with disadvantage, you can see through the mist a bit. Next in the order is Tucker, who is feeling sad, boys. He is not doing so hot up on the steering wheel. He lets out a sigh like the one where you met him for the first time after his drinking escapades had failed him. But it is a bit more impactful because this doesn't just come from a place of like, I fucked up in the workplace. It's like, oh god, my whole life is fucked. And he is just in shambles. So he skips his action, being sad. Top of the order, it's Alice, and she looks over at you, Roto, and she saunters over, and she slaps you.
Ouch.
Well,
oof, ouch, owie, ow.
Let me find my d4. Let's see how much that slap did. Oh, but I'm gonna say in your sadness, you definitely take this attack, but she's not the strongest, so okay, yeah, you just take 1 point of damage as she slaps you awake from your sadness, and definitely she's like, get a hold of yourself. Do you call yourself an explorer or just a pathetic sack of a man?
No.
Damn.
I'm crying.
Being slapped by this woman, you come to your senses and you're no longer stunned.
Oh shit! It's Peter Afra's birthday. I forgot about that.
Thank you. Happy
Oh
birthday,
my
Peter
God.
Afro.
Happy birthday, Peter Afra.
Is he watching this?
He should be.
He should be.
This
Well,
would be a
anyway.
fantastic birthday present.
Well, anyway, Flynn, you skip your turn because you're sad, but you're able to compose yourself. I will say that the emotion, the more distinct sadness that you felt was definitely that of shame and regret. Next up is Roto. You have composed yourself, but the harpoon gun you're in front of has already been fired off, so you can't really fire it again unless you want to pull it back. So what do you do?
Probably not a good idea to pull it back. So I guess my best course of action would be to move over to the harpoon that's Sasha isn't using.
Right. Sorry if I wasn't poking down. So you moved from this one to this one.
Yeah.
All right. You want to fire that baby off, or what?
Flynn, do you want to use another?
Well, he got stunned, so
Oh yeah, shit.
his turn went kaput.
Can I go? Ooh, this is scary. Should I slap Flynn,
If you
or should I not?
well,
I
no,
don't know
his
if
his
I'm
stun
gonna-
was cured.
Nah, don't slap me.
His stun ended because it was just one round, one turn of stun. So he's kind of shaking it off.
Probably not.
So to give you a sense of how the whale is, it's covered in mist, but you can see the flare that Sasha fired at it. So you have disadvantage, but you have +3 to hit on top of the +2. So you'd be rolling with 2d20 +5, take the lowest result. The lower result.
Yeah. Well, all right. So currently, I'm thinking that three of the harpoons are completely useless since they're not facing the whale, right?
That's true.
And we've got 2 left.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's one lodged in it, and there's 2 more on that side.
And we want to be dealing damage, so I probably should not fire this turn and have Flynn. I'm assuming you want to enchant another one so we can like deal some mega damage. Therefore, I think the current best course of action would be to wait for that.
Okay, so you're just gonna guard up.
Is there any? I'm trying to figure out if there's anything I can do.
So there are explosives next to that you can put on the harpoon, but it decreases the accuracy by 2, so you wouldn't get the +2 bonus. So you'd just be firing with +3 with disadvantage.
Yeah, I feel like the bolt is a better thing to have on the harpoons.
Okay.
Unless we can stack them. Can we stack bolt and explosives,
No.
or will the volt?
No.
The bolt will make them.
That's a good point. I didn't consider it.
Explode.
I would say if you chose fire, definitely with Volt. I'll say safe. Sure, but as
All right,
as
I'm gonna. Can I conference with my my guild mates over here?
talking's a free action, yeah.
All right, fellas, lads, how are we feeling about Volt explosive harpoon?
I mean, the explosion might stun it out of its like mist, right? That could be something that could happen.
Yes. Flynn, are you okay enchanting the harpoon next turn?
Yeah.
All right.
I have a general gameplay question.
Go for it. I am the general gameplay manager.
Are we able to ready an action?
Yeah. You can ready an action, and you can also you just like hunker down.
So you could say like, after the harpoon gets enchanted, I will take this action, Rhoda.
Yes,
and you would like skip your turn currently, but you just
Right,
delay
yeah,
that
yeah.
action until.
Right, and that works well since you guys are like next to each other on the initiative order. So
Yeah.
really not working around too much there.
I mean, you do you. It's just.
All right, so I guess we're going. I'm readying the explosives.
Okay.
Does that take more than one turn?
I'll say if you're no. I mean that's an action to ready the harpoon with explosives. I will say that because you're not doing like that's like a menial action, I will say that you're not just dicking around, I guess, which will come up in about one action. So just to clear it up, are you as soon as Flynn readies up uh the enchantment, you were gonna fire?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we're going in.
All right.
That's the plan at least.
All right. You like end turn. You know in Valkyria Chronicles when like your characters like finish their movement and they just like reload. That's what you did. That's what you did.
I would be able to relate to that given that I own that game. Someone bought it for me, but I've never played it.
Well, regardless, it's Hell's turn. So, what you got? And oh, here's a minor detail. The cord for the harpoon is like metal. Oh, look at that! I drew a little line. Isn't that cool?
It's metal, you say?
It's looking like
Yeah.
graphite to me. I gotta be honest.
Shut up. Graphite's a mineral. It's close enough.
So, just curious, if I do my mage hand, can I use the harpoon like next turn? Because I have to spend a turn summoning the mage hand, right?
Yeah.
And then next turn, just like
Right. I can say with your
pop
mage
off.
hand, you can act. You can. It's not too complicated a mechanism. It's just like point and shoot. Though it will use the hand's stats if it's like not coordinated. So
perfect.
what do you roll? How many are you rolling?
But I just for future reference, I want to runic bell the wire.
Okay. Cool. I will say since it's an inanimate object, you don't have to make an attack roll. So yeah, roll some damage. Roll 2d6 for me because this thing is stuck in it. So that's pretty direct current. Get it? Pretty good joke.
7.
7. Yeah. So you deal. So you kind of fire off at this cord and like a like an old telegraph on a wire, it just like zoom shoots across into this whale, and it is not happy about this jolt that it is received. And that's your action?
Easy clap. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So as the whale's action, it is going to ram against the ship. I guess I can, point it down. You can kind of envision what it looks like. It doesn't fully like turn 90 degrees. That would be silly. It just like two cars in like a chase scene, like boom, bumps against the ship, and I'm gonna make everybody make a agility save versus being knocked prone.
18.
Okay. Roto, I'm gonna say you have advantage since you weren't like moving about.
16 plus 1.
Okay.
17.
Said it's agility.
Yeah. Oh wait, maybe it should be strength.
Oh, if it's strength?
I think
11?
like planting
Minus-
yourself down would be strength, but Flynn, you're still good.
It's strength.
Yeah, it's
So-
strength.
All right, so
16
Yeah, you're good,
minus
Roto.
5 minus 3.
How much minus 5
So
minus 3? 8? Oh yeah.
16.
So hell, you get knocked
am I still
down.
rolling with advantage?
What?
If so, 19.
You're good, Roto.
Do I have advantage on it still?
You're good. You don't get knocked down, but hell you do. You get knocked off of your feet as you are set off balance by this whale ramming into it, but then it doesn't like keep bashing it, it just kind of backs off. And then for its second action, it how to put this? It sings again, and I'm gonna say Roto because you were like super sturdy on this thing. You were able to spot that its head near its kind of brain situation glows again. And this time, it doesn't stop glowing. It is a bright flash that seems, while it's singing, to envelop the entire ship. So I'm going to have Flynn, you make a wisdom saving throw.
That is a nat 20.
Okay. I just have to like picture this. Okay. So the flash envelops the entire ship, and your vision is blinded, and all three of you feel like you. It's the most indescribable feeling. It's like you're forced. It's like you're being forced to daydream.
Kudos, bros. We can't stop winning.
What did you say?
Ketos.
Ketos Bros?
Ketos.
Yeah, all three of you have, like, your minds wander as if you're dreaming, and your vision goes kind of blurry. You get the sense that you're still standing, but it's like the scene before you has completely changed. And what it's changed to, is a familiar scene for you, Flynn. So let me set the ambiance. The scene is totally off of this ship. It's probably the furthest you could get away from a ship, just in terms of this ship, in terms of atmosphere, because you're at a party. Though to say you is a bit presumptuous, because you try and look down after the flash of light, and the best way to describe it is you look like ghosts. All three of you have kind of just been made ethereal and placed into this scene of a fancy noble's ball. So shit just got really weird. All three of you make perception checks.
9.
And 8.
5.
Okay. So Hell and Rodo, you two have not had any interaction with high society, as by any stretch of the imagination. Your upbringing and circumstances have not put you in any sort of court or setting of an aristocracy, but this is it to a T. And you, Flynn, I think you recognize this scene very well, but as you look around, things are off. And not just in that you don't remember them, as in things that shouldn't be possible or make sense are in this scene. And I guess the most obvious would be you hear the sound of nobles speaking around you, but they're not forming words or sentences. And sorry for not having a good fantasy allegory for this, but it's like if you put speech through an AI and it was just giving out gibberish, or like Sims, how they speak. It's very clearly a language you understand, but just doesn't make any sense. And also, things are off just in terms of appearance. The walls seem to bend like bad PlayStation 1 textures. The fancy men's like garb, like cravats come out of their necks and earrings hang off of the cheeks of women. It's off in the same sense as a dream would be. And amidst all of this, you kind of see each other, the three of you, in these ethereal forms, kind of like silhouetted outlines of you. You're definitely sharing in the same confusion. One thing, Flynn, I'm going to say you notice is that even though the speech and some of the visuals are off, the music you hear is in perfect clarity. It is music you know well, and that is being played very well, and that you recognize. And as you start to kind of realize this, you feel whatever ethereal sense of self you have pulling away from just the sort of three of you floating. You feel your ego, or whatever you could refer to it as, being pulled in a direction, and it's towards the direction of the musicians. And so I guess now is a good time as any, Flynn, because you recognize this scene. Tell us what you're doing as you spot yourself outside of your body and you are moving towards you.
I am playing in the orchestra, or whatever kind of band deal is going on.
What instrument?
The flute.
Oh, hell yeah.
I am a flautist.
I'm fluting.
So, and this becomes apparent as whatever ethereal sort of cloud both Hell and Roto are spotting kind of like voips into your whatever corporeal body is in this scene. And it's you. I mean, you probably have a better answer than I do. How much younger is Flynn looking? Like a year and a half? Not even? How different is he from his appearance?
He looks about the same,
traveling?
but it's... he looks the same, but his clothes are definitely different. Where right now he kind of wears, like... They're nice, but they're definitely, like... clothes you wear. Like, they're comfortable, but they're functional.
They're traveling
what he's
clothes.
wearing isn't functional. It's like high society crap garb.
Okay, yeah.
Like he's in like a weird looking tux that like it looks outlandish.
But it's clearly the latest style for court musicians to
The
be
bow
in.
tie is way too big for no reason.
Brilliant.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, yeah. And you, Hell and Roto, what do you make of this scene? Obviously you've just been kind of transported to another space, but as strange as it is, like, Flynn seems like to not be out of place now, playing amidst the musicians, playing the flute part that's not in this backing track, but ignore that.
Well, I just hit the ground and suddenly was like fucking transported. So Health thinks she's died at this point. And,
I
like,
see.
Flynn is actually an angel.
Roto,
Just kind of starstruck.
what are you thinking of this whole Jim Jam?
Currently, I'm very confused. Head empty. No thoughts in brain.
So yeah, I guess look around. You look around the room more, the two of you, and details spring up, kind of like they come into focus. And the two main details that stick out at you, aside from these sort of like absurdist, not absurdist, like what am I trying to think of, an artistic style where things are off? Surrealist. These surrealist nobles, ladies and lords. You spot an older woman who is wearing, a very ornate, frilly dress that very much shows her class as an upper echelon of this meeting. Even though you can't make out what they're saying, it's very clear that conversations are gravitating around her. And then beside her, you notice a very extravagant cake. Multi-layered on a small little table. It's the biggest cake you've ever seen, for sure. And it just
hell yeah.
exudes like frivolous spending to youth too.
What flavor?
Oh, you think
Am I able
these
to
people
tell?
care about flavor? It's fucking white cake. The point
Oh,
is that it's
shit.
dressed up in all of these brilliantly decorated flowers and etchings and
God, I hate the rich.
yeah, and drawn in frosting, written in frosting, is the message: "Happy 60th birthday, Lady Elizabeth."
God, I fucking hate Elizabeth already.
So flashing to you, Flynn, as you see this scene, and while it's dreamlike in that it's very familiar to you, obviously, you do spot the sort of ghostly silhouettes of your two companions, kind of looking on, trying to, like, understand what the fuck is going on. But then there's a short applause as you and your ensemble finish a melody, very prim and proper kind of ballroom lounge music. What you're hearing now. And whoever, either a dedicated conductor, or just like the senior members of the band, motion to begin the next song. And this is a song that you know because in your time as a court musician, you've worked up enough of a repartee and good graces to have this song feature a solo by you. And it's always a crowd pleaser. So just, as this event kind of flashes back in your mind, Flynn, tell us what's going through your head as you play this solo. As you're playing the song in preparation for your solo as well.
It's routine, but it's also it's both nice and boring at the same time. It's nice to play music at this high a level where you know that everyone in the ensemble is going to hit their notes correctly and their timing is immaculate. But it's also boring because you've been doing it for so long that it's almost like going into like a robot mode.
As these feelings...
It doesn't have that interest anymore.
I see. Right. And that feeling of not having that spark is what resurfaces. And as you're playing, a certain sense of dread kind of comes over you as part of Flynn realizes what's going to happen, as if this is a dream he's had before. And what happens when the part for your solo comes is you have these thoughts of, feeling gracious to achieve such a level in your field of, performing live music, but also just, wondering what's out there. And I guess you can take it from here, Miri? Just sort of set it up, and I'll knock it down, if you would.
Well, I'm playing my part, and it's beautiful. People would weep if high society people wept. And I'm just it's going through the motions, and it's knowing that I'm playing perfectly, but also being bored as I kind of don't need to look at my sheet note. I have this memorized. I've played it millions of times in practice, and even more times for actual parties. And I look out over the crowd, and I see this big, ugly white cake, and I look at it, and I stare. I'm struck with the feeling of who possibly could have even made a cake like this. Where did this cake come from? Who thought this cake was a good idea? And I hold my note a little bit too long and play it a little bit too loud.
And in just a slightly higher key, it comes out. A piercing noise that resonates from your flute, and I know this really hurts, but these feelings of wanderlust and wanting to know. Oh wow, that really hurts. Wanting to know what's on the other side manifests as a familiar song comes out. It is your sonic chord, and it is focused squarely on this huge, elaborate cake. And like a crappy Disney Channel original movie, this fucker explodes everywhere. This cake, and you, Hell, the two ghosties, Hell and Roto, you watch this in like abject horror. Like, Hell, you were wondering how this cake tastes. Now nobody will know, as this shit is sent splattering all over the room, and especially all on the Lady of Honor for this event, Lady Elizabeth. And just this, I think the rest kind of falls into place as the rest of the musicians stop playing, as there is a gasp louder than you've ever heard, as everything in the room stops. And from the silence comes a myriad of voices and whispers, and they're all accusatory. What was that noise? Who did such a thing? Who could disgrace this party like this? And the feelings kind of mount themselves. Flynn, you notice in this vision, this dreamlike state, that it's trying to be scarier than it actually is. Like, the nobles get cartoonishly scary, and like, have you guys ever had dreams where like when something scary is gonna come out, and you're like, I've seen this a billion times, this isn't gonna scare me? No?
No.
Vaguely,
just
I
me?
guess.
Well, anyway, Flynn, that's how you feel as these visions kind of try and mount an offense against you. But the feeling that you have at this event of you screwed up and now you're gonna get fired, is not really like, it's a bit of shame, but it's also a bit of relief. You feel now like, hey, I'm not now tied down to this boring job. So that's cool. So instead of this vision, and as you kind of come to this realization and come to kind of accept this fact, the vision kind of ends, and you're back on the ship. And Flynn, you have completely avoided any and all psychic damage you would have taken from that vision the whale gave you with your nat 20 wisdom roll. So
Easy.
so hey, you guys like psychic whales? Give it backstory? 'Cause that's what's gonna happen.
That's not what I was
Sick.
expecting.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Electra?
Ketos Bros, we just can't stop winning and advancing the plot.
Kino Bros, more like. So, the three of you are kind of like shaken awake, as Flynn is able to overcome this vision that the two of you were spectators in. You're back on the ship and still fighting the whale, and it appears that well, I'll just point down. Not much has changed. There's still only one harpoon in the whale, but Sasha has kind of shaken you awake, Roto, and Alice to hell, but Flynn just kind of got up on his own from that vision.
Am I still prone?
Yes. Alice
Okay.
is not able to help you up. Well, how do I want to play this? How long do we want to say that vision took?
0 turns.
Good one.
So 6 seconds.
So, the entire order
Time
had been
froze.
gone through, and it is the whale's turn again. Sorry, that's how it
Okay,
goes.
easy.
And so what the whale is going to do, it is going to use Ocean Rave. You remember this one,
Oh,
Electra?
hell yeah.
Remember what it does?
1 second. One
Sure.
second.
No, you don't know. So the
It deals heavy is it bash damage?
doesn't matter what kind of damage, because the point is, the whale,
With is it the binds attack?
yes,
Yeah.
it is
Okay.
on anyone who is binded. So the whale crashes down. It kind of like
Bound is the correct verb tense.
thanks, thank you. I don't know
Oh,
what I
no,
would do
no,
without
no,
you.
no.
Linguistics Bros. We
Electra,
got too fucking cocky.
Electra gets thrown out of the call as the whale jumps out of the water and smashes down hard, creating a large wave that will knock Hell all the way to the other side, to the opposite railing of the ship, because she was knocked prone, and that'll deal 2d6 bludgeoning damage as you were just crash hard against the railing. Oh yeah, so take 6 points of damage for me.
For health.
For Hell. Just Hell. The rest of you weren't prone.
Granberry Bros. We got too cocky.
No, Granberry's not in this. Well, it's kind of like a psychic attack, so...
Joke's on
Doesn't
you.
Ketos always lead up to Ocean Rave with Granberry?
Yeah, but the idea was instead it rammed the ship, so to leg bind. So, that's the whale's attack. Next up is Sasha, who... Oh, right. The second action of the whale is that it is going to dive. So, it is going to try and submerge itself under the sea. So, just really, the tip of its head is poking out, and that extinguishes the flare, and, leaves it submerged. So next, for their turn, Sasha is going to run over to you, Hell, and use a Medica. So they abandon their post at the harpoon gun, and they're going to use a Medica, which is 1d4 plus 2. That heals you for 4 points of damage. So, well, I will say this because you said, "Oh
Blood
hell."
bonus.
They will say we were saying, "Oh hell yeah." Do you want to refuse the help?
No.
Okay.
Looking over my spells, I don't really benefit from it all that much.
Okay. Cool. So you get healed for 4. And they just ask you, "Are you all right?" And now they help you to your feet. Now you're not prone.
Pissed.
The line of the harpoon is dipping below water, and you notice that the harpoon gun is kind of looking that is attached to the whale is looking a little strained. Next in the order is Tucker, and he is at the wheel, and he's like, "Oh crap, you guys okay back there?"
Been better, but
I guess we kind of should have
Could be
warned
worse.
you about the whole psychic whale thing.
that would have
Yeah,
been very
thanks,
nice to
bro.
know.
I thought you knew. You didn't.
Nah.
To be fair, you didn't ask if the whales were psychic.
That
You're right. This
You're
is
right.
us.
are
Burn
bad.
with facts and logic.
I'm gonna get closer so it doesn't tip out that harpoon gun.
We should have read more theory, bros.
So, yeah, he kind of steers the ship a bit closer to the whale, which is still submerged. Next, and that's his action. Next in the order is Alice, who is going to look at this submerged whale and says, well, there's not much that can be done about that, but let's try and be a bit safer in the future, shall we?" And so she uses a formula which is base component light, modifier shield, and modifier field. And that is going to be with 3 dice. And I don't have a cool spell chant for this, unless you want to come up with something that's like fairy light. No, it's already a spell. Anyway, okay. 3 dice. Wow. Yeah, she's rolling really well. Just not expending any dice. So with these, with that spell, she kind of shoots it off after loading it into her alchemy. Into her formula gun. She fires it at the deck of the ship, and it creates a circle that definitely gives off a protective aura. So she says, "Come here if you need to chill out for a sec." So let me just draw a little circle to remember. It is encompasses about. Well, I could show you guys. This circle here is what she was able to mark out as what you can kind of tell as a safe zone. To what, you're not exactly sure, but something to do with light, or the vague RPG element of light. Okay, so that's her turn. Flynn, you are up. There is a whale underwater, and with 1,
I move into the light.
okay, and
then I enchant Roto's harpoon gun.
this one. Okay, let me just draw a little volt on it to remember. All right, that is volted up. I will say though that it is submerged, so taking a shot now will be especially difficult.
I believe in you.
All right. Well, that's your
Like
turn.
how disadvantaged are we?
I'm gonna say double disadvantage. Just because you gotta fire, you gotta angle this thing perfectly down and submerge into it.
So what's that gonna be, a +1?
Yeah. Well, you roll 3 times and then take the lowest, and I will say, did you add the explosive on it?
Last turn.
Right. So that is instead of +2, it's 0. So you're just gonna be, and you don't have any agility modifiers, so you just be rolling 3d20 and hoping to beat this thing's pretty high AC. With 3 consecutive, so
Is he actually going for it?
I will say that with the explosive on it, I'll give you some leeway. It may not do damage or stick into it, but there will be some effect.
All right. So 3d20. plus
No,
0.
well, no, 3d20 individually.
Yeah.
And you take the lowest one.
All right, so I rolled nat 20,
Not taking that
15,
one. Okay.
16.
Okay, so the 15
Oh
that
my.
that
the
hits.
god roll.
That's godlike. Yeah. So
Holy shit,
the
bros.
15, you angle this thing down, like more reasonably angled down than it should be, and just freaking ka-chunk it away. I don't know. I'm like da 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 when it's like ka-chunk. It fires through the water and hits this thing, and there is a loud boom. As
Holy
it comes
shit.
up,
God damn it.
and the explosive effect definitely comes into play, as well as the volt. Roll damage for me. I'm gonna say roll 2d. Oh, what'd you roll on the enchantment, by the way, Flynn? Sorry.
15.
15. Wow, how many dice did you expend?
2. I got 2 6s and a 3.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I mean,
God.
this thing is just like, it shoots out like a thunderbolt, just like into this thing, and then
Alright.
and then like thunder, the explosion echoes out from below the surface, and the whale writhes out in pain and surfaces once again. So let me just flip it.
So it was a 1d8 plus 2, right?
I'm gonna say 2d8 plus 2, just because
2d8.
with the
I'll
explosive.
roll again. I rolled an 8 and a 3.
8, so 13 damage.
8
13
and
plus
3.
15. Yeah, that's a fucking big ass hit. This thing is, in addition to having 2 harpoons stuck into it, it is not looking good. And I will say that with this, Tucker looks back. He says, "All right, good one. That was a hell of a shot. Just one
I'm
more." And
So good at harpoons.
from this, he signals to the whaler boats that are behind it to kind of like move in. I didn't cut out models, but the whalers are making their move as this thing is definitely slowing down. Okay, Hell, your turn.
I'm gonna step into the light
Okay.
and make my mage hand.
Okay. Roll that for me. Oh, this is your first time using Mage Hand, isn't it?
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. So this is fucking sick. I rolled 3 6s.
Okay. This is owns, actually.
So I can manipulate items within 30 feet.
Yeah.
And its ability scores are 18 plus 6. And it lasts for 18 minutes.
18 plus, so it has 24s, which I think is like plus 5. What's a 24 in 5e? 5e ability.
Isn't that plus 7?
No way.
Plus 7. Okay, yeah, sure.
So
I'm
yeah,
for
this
it.
hand is like just to paint the scene.
Fucking huge.
So paint the scene, it's like the most ripped hand, and when you summon it, Hell, it comes out in just a surge of power. Like, you almost like levitate, and when this hand comes out, it seems to like stretch itself as a hand, like for the first time, and then like it like I'm just trying to like paint it with my hand. It like stretches out. It feels just like overwhelming power. It clenches itself into a fist, and then now it feels like it's yours to control. So
this is fucking sick.
so I mean, take that as you will, but you've essentially just summoned like Master Hand now. I'm not gonna say it's like I'm not gonna say it's to scale with the size of the ship like my hand, but it's like almost there.
Yeah.
It's just this whole huge fucking ship, a huge fucking hand. That if you wanted, I'm sure you could just like want to punch this whale. I would let you.
I really want to make an unarmed attack against
You can.
the whale. I
Well,
will say
not
that.
not this turn. So that is your turn.
Yeah.
The whale, having been stuck with 2 harpoons, is not having a good time. So what it is going to do is it is going. You see its head flash again, but this time it is a bright red, and I am going to make 3 wisdom saving throws, not for you guys. It does not target you 3 with this. That's a save. Oh, that's not a save. Oh, that's a dude. Okay, 2 characters got 20s. 1 character got a 1. You don't feel any different. Actually, I didn't notice. You hear behind all 3 of you a scream in pain, and you turn, and Sasha is like covering. She has. Oh, sorry. They have their hands over their face, just in utter anguish. And when they take their hands off, their eyes are just bright red rage. Very clearly, seemingly either possessed or just, you know, made really angry. And they look at you 3. And, they're pissed. And it's not just like a blind animalistic rage. You can tell that this was some sort of issue that they had that has just been resurfaced and like amplified 10 times with how mad they are. And they look.
No, we shouldn't have pissed off Eagle.
They look at you and say, You lot. Go into my family's labyrinth and wreak havoc. I will end you. And they notch an arrow. And then the whale
Try
cries.
it, bitch.
The whale cries out again, and it is another flash of light, Roto, make a wisdom saving throw.
What's that? Oof. 7 minus 1.
A 6. Okay. This bright flash envelops. Oh god, I need water. This bright flash envelops the ship again, and you feel this sensation of your mind being not torn from body, but lifted from body into a very vivid dream. And I think we will take a small break as I leave it on that short cliffhanger. It's because might want to use the bathroom again, but yeah, it's 11 o'clock. How much later do you guys want to go?
I can go as late as we.
Yeah, however long this needs.
Okay, I mean, just to give you.
I can't go that much later.
Okay.
Like an hour and a half. I have to be out by then.
Okay. So we'll probably call it at the end of Roto's whatever flashback scene. So I'll take a break. How's chat doing? Electra?
Chat is comfy.
Are they enjoying this?
Oh yeah, they're having a good old time.
That's good.
Furry Yiffer would enjoy it more if you were making whale noises.
Sorry.
Awooga, awooga.
Awooga? Way-oh! Way! Way-oh, way-oh! Man, I'll be in the basement. I forget. I
Alright.
can't do a good Bubs. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
I'll be back.
Oh, on my foot. Ouchie. Okay. You guys, ready? Hello?
I am back, but I'm eating a cupcake.
Okay. I mean, you'll probably have way less, sort of. This will be a quick one, I think. I think if we kind of go at a brisk pace, we can get through it, without, because I don't want to leave this part on a cliffhanger. So, are all three of you here? Okay, cool. I'm abandoned. Oh no. Lean back, tilts up. Oof. One sec. Sorry about the high-pitched noise earlier. And I will never, ever, 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 ever write a song about Sibby. And I will never, ever, 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 ever write a song about Sibby. Coming in at number 5. I forget if they use the radio voice yet in that email in Sibby. I've been watching a lot of Strong Bad. Like, dude, my freaking viewers are tanking because my players aren't here. Oh no! See, this is why I can't look at chat because I'd be so
They're
fixated
the
on.
fucking worst.
Yeah, I am.
How could they abandon us?
How could they abandon me? Forget you guys. Alright, Alexa's back. Welcome back. Are you ready for your big scene?
Oh fuck! I need a dab.
You need what?
I needed a dab in the chat room.
I didn't see it. I exited out of chat, which was very
Oh, that's
clearly
cringe.
the right call.
Marco, have you seen / played any of 13 Sentinels yet?
I've seen License to Build play it.
I want to play it.
Oh, I've been
I want
watching.
to play it really
Oh,
bad.
it's so cool, dude. I've watched Bill play the like from the start of the game. I wish I had a PS4 to play it.
13 Sentinels.
I
You mean
don't.
bad Sakura Wars?
It's better Sakura Wars because in
False.
Sakura Wars I can't read any of the kanjis.
Just play the English patch.
That's cringe.
Yeah. So is pretending
Patches
to
are
read
cheating.
So is pretending to know how to read a language when you can't.
Was Sakura Wars that Saturn
Yeah,
game I saw you play
Sakura
once,
Wars
Electra?
is the Saturn SRPG. It's
That was fucking sick.
yeah, no, the combat's really good. It's just like the VN segments take fucking forever.
Yeah, because it's a visual novel with light mecha elements.
Yeah,
It's
but
not a
like,
super deep robot
it
customization.
also uses like really old kanji that isn't used anymore.
Yeah,
so
because
like,
it's set in
I have
Imperial
no
in like
I know,
what era?
I know.
So get dabbed on frickin' Gaijin.
But yeah, 13 Sentinels so far kind of owns.
I'm waiting for it to either come to PC or
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
I hope it comes to PC.
I hope you all are enjoying
So
our
I'll play the shit
gaming
out of it.
our gaming news podcast.
Damn, I didn't know this was 100 hours in about an hour.
I gotta watch that.
Featuring Luigi Meister and CFP.
I gotta listen to that. Dude, I can't.
It's a good podcast. Like Joe Rogan is on suicide watch.
Okay,
right now.
so we're able to fit all this in one session. We're just gonna go, and I'll go with this scene because it's not as imperative. But Hal or Flynn are in the background for it. I feel bad, but I mean, if I want to get to finishing this, I don't want to leave this at a cliffhanger. And if Miri's got to go, we gotta go. So. God, I'm just gonna like clear my brain. So the light flashes over the ship once again, and it is the similar sensation of being taken into a daydream. But the scene this time is not a fancy ball. It's not indoors at all, actually. It seems to be behind some sort of building in set with a backdrop of a snowy forest. You can't feel the cold, but you definitely get the impression that it would be very cold if you can hear it. And the three of you look at each other in your kind of silhouetted forms, not knowing what's truly going on. But you look down from probably about 10 feet off the ground, and you look down at a scene. There are two people standing there. And unlike the ballroom scene, where there is a lot of mismatched details, almost everything is just picture perfect. It gets a little fuzzy if you try and look far into the woods, but other than that, both people and what they're doing is very clear. One figure is a tall man dressed in a thick robe, definitely a winter coat. He has on a pair of spectacles and is holding a small book. And the other is a small boy who is chopping wood and is not looking happy about it. And like before with Flynn at the party, Roto, you notice yourself drifting towards the boy because that boy is you. And it happens a bit faster than to Flynn, because before your non-existing eyes can blink, you see yourself in first person holding an axe quite larger than one that a child would hold, and the logs in front of you that you are splitting. And I know we worked this out a little less, but explain how you got here. Best you can.
Are we going with the which one did we end up going with?
I think this. So okay, yeah, I'll keep in a little more. As you, the little boy, are chopping this, you feel, your hands with tons of blisters, and your arms just feeling heavy. This is very clearly not a. This is very clearly a punishment, and the tall man looks over you and says, "Honestly, you have no right to complain. To incite violence with the other boys is not acceptable, Rodo. We must all learn to get along in this community, in this school." How is this? How are these memories resurfacing?
Like, how am I feeling about them, or why is this happening?
How do you feel like you've been put in this predicament?
I feel like against my my will, I've been forced into kind of this scholastic situation.
So you're definitely, Chibi Rodo, which is really clever, is not happy about being here and shipped off to this school for boys, this sort of half, whatever a non-denominational Catholic school would be, because I'm not really tackling religion. It's essentially been sent there, where it seems like you've been reprimanded many times for your behavior, by being made to chop this firewood out back. And very clearly, I think, you scowl at this man, this very clearly either an instructor or a some sort of authority figure in this world you find yourself in. And when you scowl, he scoffs back. He says, "Don't give me that attitude. And frankly, you should be thanking me for this. Your grades are poor. You don't get along well with others. You prattle on about some legendary, heroic lineage that doesn't exist. You should get used to holding that axe, boy. That's about all you'll be good for in life. So please get mad at me, but just know that this is all you'll ever amount to." And this, unlike Flynn, I'm gonna say, you don't deal with this trauma resurfacing as well, and you are, blasted by this wave of doubt and just helplessness and insecurity, and you are going to take 1d8 psychic damage as your friends look helplessly on at this trauma that you endured as a child.
Axes are so cringe.
Axes are cringe.
Miri, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. Sorry, Yeah, I started that before you got back, so I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
I did not leave.
Oh. Okay. Sorry. Okay, that is going to be 7 psychic damage.
Ouch.
Damn.
Yeah,
Ouch,
this hits
owie,
hard.
ow.
So, with this, you are kind of blasted out from this vision of the past, and you are face to face, with Sasha, who has an arrow, notched at you, and Roto. They are going to fire at you, and they are going to use bola arrow on you.
Uh,
And they are going to invest 2 dice, because that's all I have left.
oh no. Oh no. I
Okay.
only have 11 HP left.
That's
for
4. Okay, so that'll definitely make a ranged attack with +2, so that's +4. Oh, +6 actually, because it's an attack with arrows.
Oh no.
Yeah, okay, that is a 19. That hits.
This man's unconscious.
Targeting their legs, stars of creatures. Okay, now you're going to make a strength save versus being bound across the torso. So your arms. So roll for me a strength save. So d20 plus strength mod, which you're good at. But the DC is 8 plus agility 8 plus 2 plus 2, 12.
I rolled an 11.
11 plus
Plus
2?
2.
Okay, yeah, you
Six.
save versus the bind, but you will take 1d 6 plus 1 damage. Okay, that is 5 points of damage. Not too bad. I gotta be upping up the damage against you guys. This is gonna be the last time. This should be feeling like a boss fight. But anyway, so yeah,
damage
Sasha
or-
fires off an arrow at you. It doesn't snare you with Ebola, but it does hurt. And they are going to now save versus this rage effect that they are inflicted with. That's a 7. So no, they are still mad. Now it is Tucker's turn. And he looks down at the madness that's transpiring. He's like, oh, crap. Gotta stop him. How about this? And Tucker pulls out his pistol and fires at Sasha and says, please don't hit anything important. As he makes a ranged attack roll. He's got like one hand on the wheel and one hand on his gun.
Bruh.
Our boy, help
Yeah.
us out.
That is a 5. So he 5 plus 4. So he misses. The bullet whizzes past Sasha's head because it's a miss. I will say that this close encounter gives them another chance to save. Nope. Okay. Sasha's still pissed. And it is Alice's turn. Who says, move us. He says, honestly, if they had just gotten in the circle, this wouldn't have been a problem. And they are going to cast a formula, which is light plus arrow to cast a not magic missile.
Base.
All right. Wow. Alice has not burned a single die, and she has how many? Alice has 5 dice, and she has blown none. So 7, 3+4. I now make an attack roll. Oh wait, no. How does magic missile work? I'm writing this stuff on the fly. Shut up. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, it just always hits. Epic. Okay. Yeah, so this kind of this arrow of light that she has fired off with her formula gun blasts into Sasha, and they stumble back and take 7 points of damage. And yeah, that saves. And is saved versus the rage effect, and they are still panting, partially because of getting their wits about them, and partially because they've just been bashed with a big magic missile. But they kind of grasping on the deck say, "Sorry about that. Don't know what came over me. Oh, I hate this whale." So with that,
Same.
Or
yeah, all right, no hard feelings.
I mean, you're not the one who attacked me, so we're cool. We're cool.
Well, anyway, it is now Flynn's turn. You are two sticking out of this whale. There's one unfired harpoon gun. The whaler boats are looking to make their move. So, what's the move?
Yeah, I'm gonna go shoot the harpoon.
All right, step out of the circle. Fire one off for me. You're gonna. I guess you don't have time to put on the explosive, so I'm just gonna give me that.
No, so that's +2 plus agility.
Yep. So that would be +3.
22.
Oh yeah. You sink it in this thing. And roll damage 1d8.
1.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say it sticks in. It's kind of a glancing blow, but it's definitely stuck in there. Maybe not as secure as the other ones. And while the others are still kind of crackling with this electricity, this one is not looking as confident. So, next up is Roto. This whale is looking pretty beat up, and it's got 2.5 harpoons stuck in it. The one that Flynn just fired off looks like it could shake out at any second. So,
is there anything I can really do here?
I will say,
Hell has an
Do you
idea.
want to do something fucking sick?
Yes.
All right. Can I throw him with my mage hand?
Yo.
that is a big beefy mage hand, so I'm gonna say yes. I mean, I'm gonna still have you roll for it for the hand, but it seems like
I'm
a
gonna
good
idea.
idea.
A spark link. I'm gonna ready a spark link.
Okay, this is gonna own.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
And since there's already a vaulted fucking
There are
harpoon in it,
2 of them.
yeah. Will there be extra damage from that?
We'll see. I mean, you're not on the whale yet, so let's not count our chickens before they hatch. I love this though. So hell, I will say to throw Roto with the best chance, you're probably gonna go out of the circle and go closest to him. Just
I mean, well, it's a mage hand, right?
yes, but I will say to kind of orient this throw, you're gonna want to line this up so like you're looking at it like you're
Okay,
throwing a
fair.
football. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay, yeah.
you
I'll do it.
quickly like whisper in Roto, are you down for this? Like, I don't want to pull like a you'll
Oh.
die if you'll miss this, because no, you'll land in the water. But this
I can
is pretty
scoop
risky.
him out if I miss.
We'll be fine.
All right, okay.
If I go down, like it's no big deal. I'm a
Sure.
tank. I've
So
already
I'm
tanked a bunch damage. We're good.
I am going to say, with this beefy hand, you're going to pick up Roto, and you are going to make an athletics check with the hand, so you don't incur the penalty, and it is instead, what, +7?
+7.
+7, okay, with range of about, this whale's been pulled in closer, because it's got more harpoons, so it's about, I don't know, like 15 feet, so it's not that bad a throw, but, yeah, roll me that athletics check for the hand, just fucking, like, QB throw this sucker. This
Oh,
freaking
fuck yeah.
fast.
18 +7.
Yeah, alright, Roto, you kind of like prime yourself, like sitting on this hand. Like, you know those chairs that are shaped like hands?
Yeah, yes.
You kind of like squat on it, ready. And hell, you kind of like expertly like mimicking well, no, because you're chained up. You kind of like think about the action of throwing, and you you really just kind of chuck him over there. So, all right, Roto, you're on top of the whale.
Base.
You're there. What are you doing? You said you were readying a spark link. Do you just want to like plunge this thing in its back? Do you want to,
Oh, aim for his head.
Oh yeah, we're aiming for the head.
Okay, I
first.
will say, you were like positioned by this. So with your movement, you go over. So you're like right over to the brain. You walked past the blowhole. Don't worry. So, I mean, make an attack roll definitely with advantage since you're so close, and you're doing a spark link.
Uh-huh.
How many dice are you investing?
All of them.
So
So
that's
2.
2. Okay. Roll those for me.
All right, so that's a D20 plus 1.
Well, roll the 2d6.
All right, I'll roll the 2d6 as
Yeah.
well.
And you're not attacking with the harpoon. You're attacking with your sword, I assume.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, it's like I'm already over there.
Yeah, that axe trauma is still affecting you.
All right, I rolled a 6 and a 5.
Okay. Wow. So that is
Oh
going to
my
be
God.
11.
And
So now, what's the attack?
my attack roll was a 17.
Oh yeah. So you like super cool. I need to like have something with a sword. You go like right on its head in like a shower of sparks and hit this thing for the attack doesn't sphere. Yeah, roll 2d6. Well, the damage doesn't fucking matter at this point. So you fucking like plunge your sword into this thing's
Anyway.
skull. Yeah, no, the point being that this looks fucking awesome.
Oh, 2 and 4.
Whatever, you've been thrown over to this whale and like ran across its back and like jumping lunged, plunging your sword into it. And this thing is like moments from its death. It is and I will say that in this death throw, it releases one last wave of light from the top of its head. And the light almost like comes out from beneath the sword. The way that this wave of psychic energy envelops you three. And hell, make a wisdom saving throw.
Nat 1.
Okay. All right.
Can't win them all.
Yeah. Well, so the wave of light washes over you, and just hi, it's me, your labyrinth master, Ben. Remember at the start of the show when I gave a content warning? Here it comes. That's shouldn't be how I talk about something like this. This is where not questionable. What am I trying to say? Difficult. This is where the difficult content comes in. So be warned. I will probably please remind me to put a timestamp for the end of this. But irregardless, the three of you, and even you, Roto, on top of this whale as you feel it kind of dying beneath your feet, have this light flash over you. And this time, the dreamlike state when the three of you enter it, and it's almost scary how familiar it's becoming in these ephemeral or non-corporeal forms. You notice that, this is a scene that seems to be out of someone's memories, and it's Hell's memories, and, well, you're dying. The scene before us is a simple one-room cottage. It's quaint and has, 3 beds and a kitchen and tables and a fireplace. And what we see is, in one of the beds, a child that is very young who is fighting for their life against an illness. Beside her are her parents and the village doctor, but it's very dire. This child is having a fit of coughing and running a high fever, and it seems like this is the end. This is literally her deathbed, and it's not pretty. It's not funny, though it's fictional, so I can't be too sad about it. It's a very sad scene, and you, Flynn, and Roto look around for the sort of phantom apparition of hell, but it, before you were able to even look around, had enveloped inside the body of this memory of hell. And, I mean, how are the two of you kind of processing this? I mean, the child, the girl in this bed, is very clearly Hell, your travel companion, with her purple hair and pale complexion. What are you feeling seeing this kind of this past?
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely a good way to put it. The two of you are looking on at this scene of her parents crying out to her to keep fighting, to, stay alive. And unlike the other scenes, the two of you seem to get pushed out almost unceremoniously and without warning. The dream for you two ends and you're on the ship, but Flynn, I mean, you're next to Hal. Roto's on the whale. Tonal whiplash. But Flynn, you still see you still see Hal like writhing in pain at this memory. And the scene for you, Hal, as it shifted from third to first person very quickly, became in your own head, and of thinking about your very short life or what you thought it was. So, it's heavy. So what is Hel thinking in these moments, and what she thought to be her last moments?
I mean, she's terrified. This obviously was very traumatic, and but she knows what's coming next.
Right, but
it's not
instead
enough to really
instead
comfort.
of like future past tense, what was she thinking then? I guess. Sorry.
Oh, she's gonna die.
Right, and I mean,
she had she's fighting her best, but
And would you say that this fight had been ongoing?
Oh, her entire life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, oh shit, I've had the Cape Cod map up the entire time. That's oops. Well, you can't win them all. It's fine. Visual storytelling or audio storytelling. So, yes. Sorry. The scene is dire, but your consciousness starts to fade for what you think is, the final time. This is the worst this illness has ever been, as you feel short of breath and a high fever, and your eyes close, and you open them in darkness, which is an oxymoron, but somehow is the case. You're in a place between life and death, and you're scared, but there's something almost comforting about the the state of consciousness you're in. It's not death. You're not dead yet, or at least you really hope so. In this darkness, you hear someone or something calling to you, but it's not the voice of your parents. It's something almost otherworldly. And it calls out, "Child. Can you hear me, child?" Can you hear my voice?
Yeah.
That is good, child. I am a being of unfathomable age. I have existed since the early days of man, yet my power and influence is been reduced to near nothingness. My present state is that which I can no longer reach the material plane. So I call out to you, who is between life and death. I come to you with an offer that can benefit both of us. If you choose, I can give you life and power beyond your imagination. I do not wish to control your body or twist your mind. My request is simple. The world has changed far too much since I have last been able to view it. So, I wish to see this new Earth. Enter a pact with me, and we may see it together. I will be your sword and shield, and you my eyes and ears. Say my name, and I shall raise us both from this sorry state. My name is Ball.
Yeah. Hell speaks the name, but obviously pretty pained and
When you, in this recollection, speak this, you hear a voice, but it's not the voice of the memory. It is from another place in your conscience, and it chuckles and it says, "Quite the trip down memory lane." And with that, you are very still pained by this experience. So take 1d8 psychic damage from the death throw of this whale. That is a 6.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, with the voice of the same voice, Ball recognizing this sort of flashback sequence, you are taken out of this flashback psychic vision, and you are on the deck of the ship where Flynn is by your side and helping you up, and you're not looking hot. But you get up nonetheless. You spy over, and Rodo, having been taken out, he's definitely like striking a pose on this whale that is 100% dead. The whale boaters like kind of row over, and they're like, "Holy shit! You guys killed the crap out of that whale. We didn't even get to poke it once."
Easy.
The rest of your crew, your strike crew, is very much tired. Actually, Alice is looking perfectly fine. She strikes an equally glamorous pose. But yeah, you've beaten my psychic whale puzzle.
Electra, please stunt on Sasha, who said your sword would be useless.
I dab.
Word.
Yeah, no, they are kind of recovering from being inflicted with rage, and seeing you on that whale striking a pose definitely makes them eat crow. And, definitely Tucker lets out like a huge, like, he gets, the image where it's the guys on the couch and the guy's like, yeah. Tucker was definitely doing that when Hal threw Rodo onto the whale. And everyone else is just kind of amazed. The whaleboat crew definitely helps slice this guy up to fit it onto the deck and hoist it up. But you did it. You beat the whale. You beat the psychic whale.
baby.
Solved your whale puzzle.
You solved my whale boss fight, which, by the way, the name of it is an sperm whale. Get it? Like ESP, but a sperm whale? I'm so funny.
It's psychic.
I'm so funny. Okay.
Clever.
And modest.
Yeah. With this, I mean, I'm trying to wrap up quickly. With this, the three of you, I guess, have some reconciling to do with having spied on each other's pasts. Not that they were anything too egregious. Like, none of you are murderers. But I don't know. Definitely, we can cover that next time. But yeah, the 12 of you with this pretty well preserved whale carcass. Not carcass. Carcass implies decay. Whale corpse in tow. Head back to Providence, and everyone is really amazed at like the the state of it. It literally only has like 4 stab wounds, and this thing has just been fried. Like, none of its wounds have ruined the quality of like the oil or like the fat, and yeah, like. Compared to the other hunts, other like whaling ships, you guys made out really good just in terms of how you were able to fight this thing. So
you can say we wailed on them.
unironically, you wailed on
Oh
this guy.
my
Like I
god.
knew the volt combos were coming, but they were good. I mean, how could I not give you guys the clean kill when you fucking threw Roto on top of his brain to stab?
That was all Marco.
That was awesome. But other than that, I mean, yeah, the three of you, I gotta work out the pay for this job, but it's definitely gonna be substantial just because of how good a job you did. Um, Alice, says her goodbyes and says, well, I guess you three weren't completely useless. But let's not forget who drew first blood on it with my beautiful spark wave. I'm sure that was what inspired you all to take such a shocking approach. And she laughs because she thinks she's so clever and smart.
Based.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to wrap up just in consideration of time, but I mean, like Miri, just in terms of like how many minutes you've got, like 10,
No, like half hour.
half hour. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't. This is where I'd like play dramatic music, and you guys would sort out what you just saw. I mean, do we want to have? Do you guys have any? Do your characters have any feelings towards like what you witnessed, the shit that went down with that whale?
No, I gotta thank Tucker for all
Yeah.
his help. We couldn't have done it without
It was
him.
all Tucker. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, I mean, when you're like getting striking the set of this whaling vessel and helping the guys unload it and everything, he's like, man, I mean, you guys kicked ass. Forgot about me steering. I couldn't. That was awesome. I mean, he's just
We
he's
kicked
definitely.
ass. We including
the collective.
you.
I didn't really. He's very modest about his contributions. He's like, I mean, sure, I kind of steered us out of the way of all those depth charges, but it's not like you guys flung more in my path, so it wasn't that hard.
I thought about it.
Yeah. He says, yeah, sorry about the whole not telling you they were psychic. But wasn't a hazing ritual or anything like the bar thing. It just kind of slipped my mind, and
So, they're all psychic whales.
well, yeah, I mean they're called sperm whales, so one would expect. The extent of how it's mean
Did
they get.
everyone else know this?
Yeah, I mean, I was dealing. You saw me cry. You saw me get sad. That wasn't a shock to me. You try your best to not let it affect you. I mean, it's not like when speaking about how it
Fair.
like how it fucked with you guys, he kind of gets a little like sullen and kind of he like he laughs to himself in a way that to reassure him. It's not like what they showed us will really happen, you know.
I mean, I just saw things that happened in the past. So, what did you see?
Oh,
If you don't mind me asking.
well, I mean, yeah, it's not like it's real. It's just some scared animal trying to, you know, use its higher brain functions. Weird that you know it does show the past and some people the future. Uh, I mean, if you want to know what I saw, it might give you nightmares.
You don't have to.
Well, I mean, it might make me feel better.
Compared to...
All right. Well, what I saw was and it's very clear that whatever he saw affected him. It shook him up pretty bad. It was Providence. Not doing so hot. Well, hot. The city was on fire. It was really fucked up.
Oh. Okay.
But it's not
Yeah.
like that'll,
I can see-
actually happen. Well, we've got 5 master guilds in charge, right?
Exactly.
And you guys, I mean, holy crap.
We won't let that happen. We including you.
The royal we.
Yeah, well, I gotta help these guys load up all this fat. Oh, it stinks. But that's not your guys' jobs. So, well, I'll see you next time you wanna take a ride to the labyrinth.
Hell yeah.
Based.
Yeah.
Space
So
Base.
you wave goodbye. Sasha, you spot her kind of sitting by the docks, and they are also kind of just coming to terms with things, and definitely as you're walking to the dock to the main street, they get up and stop you and apologizes to you, Rodo, specifically, and says, I shouldn't have been so held up about what happened between you and Crimson Gate and Verdant Coin. It's really not my place to judge when, in fact, you acted in accordance to the laws. We're a bit more tight knit than the other guilds. I shouldn't have taken it personally, and I shouldn't have let that get the better of me with that whale. Is your shoulder okay? Went in pretty deep. Rodo, who was shot with an arrow.
Oh, I'm good.
All right, well,
Tis but a flesh wound.
that's good. Anyway, I mean, did you guys have a rough time with what the whale showed you?
Not really.
Not really.
Just a bit.
I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
just buried trauma, coming back up. No big deal.
Well,
Not like I cried or anything.
Well, yeah, axes are cringe.
well, I mean, I guess I can't really complain about what I saw then.
If you don't mind just asking.
It's somewhat personal just because of my role in Verdant Coin, but I saw the Yggdrasil tree on fire. It's not a pretty sight. But I shall take it as a challenge to take my role as guardian more seriously. If such visions can get the better of me, then I fret to think what I would do in the face of real danger.
I cannot stress this, but we, including you and us and all the other guilds, won't let that happen.
I sincerely hope
Word.
that is the case.
We just need to not shoot each other,
Yeah, they definitely laugh that one off and say, well, I frequently go into the labyrinth myself. If we run into each other, let's make the most of our time as allies. And with that,
Sounds great.
They walk off. What do you guys want to do? Pull up the map, the right map, with the dot.
I don't know.
Is there anything we can do?
I will say that people are still coming back from the whale hunts. Most facilities are up. Like, okay, To give you just like, I'm not gonna give you the full list, but Marcy was on one of the ships you didn't pick, so she's out of the shop. Shop's closed.
Mhm.
Medicine shop's closed. Tetsu, it didn't go on any ship, so he's around. I don't know what. I guess you could pick up some of the items you dropped off and commissioned.
All right, Tetsu Bros.
All right, let me put on how much from Persona 4. It just helps me get in the mood for the shop. And I'm gonna need a reminder of what you. Oh shit! I sped down the demonic whispers.
I have a list.
Thank you. All right, so you head all up in Tetsu's shop. He's hammering away. It looks like half as many people in there. Very clearly, some of his craftsmen answered the call of the whale hunt, but overall, there's
How
still.
wounded do they look?
How what? Oh no,
Did-
the ones.
Did
no,
any of the
Hmm?
Did any of the ships come back looking particularly messed up, or is everyone just generally pretty successful? Just less
Yeah, I
whales?
think there's varying degrees of success, and I didn't roll for every single ship on how they did. Maybe I should have. Sorry for having to prep all 3 of your backstory scenes. I joke. But I would say some people maybe got more beat up by the whale's physical attacks. Some might need some therapy, but overall, nobody died. No NPCs
that's
have
good,
gone
okay.
missing. Yeah, I'm gonna just
I'm just
say,
curious.
as a representation of you doing so well, everyone else did well. Maybe not as clean a kill as stabbing it in the brain, but you guys got enough oil to last the year till another hunt. Yay.
Sick.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah. You enter Tetsu's workshop. He says, "Well, look who's back. How'd it go?"
Pretty well. We killed it in 4 hits, so no
Wow.
big deal.
Must have been some hits. Well, speaking of hits, I've got this baby all ready for you, Frodo. And so he lays down on the counter a very finely hewn weapon. Is hewn the right word? Hewn. That's like with wood.
I don't think so.
No. Okay. It's very finely forged weapon. It's not really iron though. So with a really beautiful like oak wooden handle with like a really strong like finish with a reinforced oak handle and sitting at the top is just this huge crab claw that you got off of the scissor crab. Did you call it scissor crab or scala crab? I think scissor crab. Last session, and he says, "Here you go. This baby is a real beauty. I'll call it the Crush Claw, or the Crusher for short." So,
All right, I take it.
okay. I guess here's the item description. So the Crush Claw is a +1 axe. So it is a 1d8
Cringe.
+1. But it doesn't look like the axe from his childhood.
It's not cringe.
So please use it. Please use your better weapon. It is a +1, so it's +1 to hit as well as +1 to damage. And it has a special ability, which Tetsu explains, but I'll just explain it. That when attacking an enemy with a shield or a carapace sort of armor, a successful attack will rip a hole in said armor or shield, decreasing its AC by 2 for subsequent attacks. So if you're using this thing on something that's heavily armored and you score a good hit, it makes more hits easier because you've basically just like ripped this thing punched a hole in the armor and like torn a portion of it off. So that's fucking
But reduce the target's AC by
2.
how much?
2.
Two.
The
Yeah,
amount.
sounds pretty good.
And speaking of AC by 2, he also puts out on the table the shield for you, Roto. And it is styled with a very turtle shell design. Bent shield KH2. Yeah. It looks like this. Hang on. Or just Google it. And it's the shell shield. Or the shield. Just the shell shield. Let me link it. Yeah, let me put it up. Like throw it up on stream. I want an image of the Crush Claw. I gotta like think of something because it's not just the Crab Claw Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts 1. I've been streaming Kingdom Hearts 1. In case you haven't
There's a good
noticed.
monster
I
hunter
know, I've
weapon
been
I can send
watching.
you.
Thank you, Miri, and no one else. This is what the shield looks like with its little turtle shell. He says, "Yeah, what it might have been."
You're using a translation patch, which is kind of cringe. Even though
Alright.
the Japanese version has English
Oh my
dialogue, so
God, yeah.
I don't even know why you have to play the translation patch.
Okay, thanks for your opinion, Mr. Weebs a lot. Do you want the shield or not?
I just want less cringe in the world, you know.
All right, start with yourself in front of the hotel on the hour.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm taking an explicitly damage reduction standpoint here.
Yeah. No, the shield increases your AC by 2 when you have it equipped.
All right.
But you can't dual wield with it. And there's no special effect. It's just your first shield. Now you got that chonky +2 AC. What's that at now? 14?
15.
15 AC, baby. I gotta be upping up my game to hurt
It's
you.
so tanky. It's ridiculous.
And you're gonna level up. Oh yeah, floor 3 enemies are gonna definitely put on the hurt. No more Mr. Nice LM. Okay, I can take this. Whoa, I can take this off. Where is it? Hello? Fuck it. Anything else? No, don't remove Chrome.
Didn't we get the charm too?
Oh, right. Yes.
Yes.
You get the rabbit foot charm, which Tetsu gives out. He says, "It's a cute little number. It's a lucky charm. What do you expect?" And so the actual effect of it is that if you were to take fall damage, you can instead. Well, I'm trying to come. I always knew this lucky rabbit foot would be like a fall damage reduction thing. What do you guys think? Like, have it or nullify it? You're not gonna be falling that much. Fuck it. Nullifies fall damage. Actually, no. Have it. Half it. Half's fall damage. Times 0.5. And
If I
anyone.
roll a d20 and get a nat 20, can I nullify it instead?
Sure. On an athletics
yeah.
check. Well, that's like any athletics check to stick the landing.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But anyway, that's it, I think, from Tetsu. It says, "You guys gave me quite a workload today, but glad to hear you guys weren't lazing about. Good work out there." All right. I mean, so the rabbit foot charm. I gotta come up with a good pun name for that. I'll come up with it later, but that could be equipped by anybody. But that will be just encumbering, just because I can't have you stacking free
It's
accessories. Yeah, but it doesn't
Yeah.
increase AC. But yeah. So who's slapping that guy on?
Well, so what kind of check is it to negate falling damage again?
Athletics. Oh wait, maybe
Athletics? Is
No,
that
I think
some
acrobatics.
modifier?
Yeah, either one, I don't think you're very
Okay.
good at.
Well, yeah, while I'm chained, I'm -5. So I should probably take that in case I do ever fall while chained.
Okay. Yeah, you hang a little cute little rabbit foot on your chains.
Someone needs to take this medica from me, though.
I will take the medica.
And he says, just a reminder, one more of those starry membranes, and I can fix up something for you, little lady.
Based.
So, yeah, that's everything. I gotta get you guys even more money. Actually, no, you spent it all to make those items. Most of it to make those items. Yeah, you don't really get any loot from the whale. It was just more of a... You're gonna get money, though. You're gonna get paid for this big time.
We leveled up. That's what matters.
Yeah, I mean... I think this is about it for me, for all I've got. I could very... Like, if you guys want to do a drinking bonus, whatever, go for it. I just don't have a funny scene prepped. I'm just kind of burnt out on whale stuff.
It's up to you guys. I'm kind of tired, but I'm down for whatever. Oh wait, I shouldn't drink because I should probably next time talk to what's her name?
Makoto early in the morning. You want to play in that scene? We can do that.
Yeah, sure.
That's good. That's a scene I've had in the works for a while that I just got to key you in on. Yeah, I mean, the three of you. I mean, anything else before I do the ending? Kind of call it here.
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
No, neither.
All right. So the three of you, very exhausted from your psychic whale expedition, go back to your housing and call it. You are exhausted in mind and body, but you are feeling a lot stronger, having taken on such a powerful foe and done such great deeds for the town, city, place, pub world. So, in that regard, you are all level 3.
Jeez.
Okay, that's it for the session. What'd you think? Oh wait, no, let me say, thank you everybody for tuning in. Well, I'm just stopping recording. I'm still gonna be streaming a bit. Thank you everybody for watching. This was session 5. There will be a week hiatus for Labyrinthian Odyssey. So the next session we have will be not on the 4th, but on the 11th is when we plan to have it. So looking forward to seeing you then, and I love every one of you. Mwah.